author and nutritionist Robert Ferguson. Please welcome Robert Ferguson.
All right, y'all, let's hear it for America's Fat Loss Coach, Robert Ferguson!
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, now before I get started, I'm playing with this scarf. And the reason why I'm playing with this scarf is because I had a shave today and then I laid out in the sun. And then, like, I don't know what happened, but I had an allergic reaction. I don't know if it was the alcohol I had on that I put on. And yeah, so my neck got all red. So I'm like, I'm not going to have a red neck because I'm sharing something really, really, really important to you today. Okay. My name is Robert Ferguson. I am your nutritionist and I share because I care. And I am thankful that you are here. And if you are not on our YouTube channel, please go there, like, subscribe, and hit that bell so that whenever we upload anything new, you will be notified and you have the option to listen to it, check it out whenever you want. So at your convenience. Now, today I'm going to share with you one of my clients. I was just intrigued. I shared this inside of our 8-week fat loss challenge. And now I want to share it. If you're catching it again, watch it again because it's a great example of everything that we do and what we talk about with the diet-free life methodology. So whether you're working with me or any of our coaches, these outcomes are absolutely 100% because we are evidence-based and clinically proven. What does that mean? Well, we're validated, verified, and our methodology is reproducible, meaning whether you work with me or any of our certified coaches, you will learn how to eat the foods that you want to eat in a way that can get these amazing results. I'm talking about reversing high blood pressure, getting off medications, getting the cholesterol in check, improving the triglycerides, losing excess body fat, and putting you in a position where you win and you have energy and you don't feel deprived, you don't feel restricted. So I'm going to share with you one of my clients. And I share clients all the time. And if you look around, and this is no dig on anyone else out there that are sharing information like this, but when you look around, what happens is you don't see them sharing and talking about their clients. You see them sharing ideas or a concept or theory, and it makes sense, but where are the people? Can you show me some people? So so when I saw the numbers with Linda, I was like, you know what? And I asked Linda, and she's totally cool with it. I want to share this with the people. And I have some other amazing stories that I'm sharing. And I'm going to be sharing more and more because we've helped and continue to help thousands of people live a diet-free life. You know what I'm saying? So before I get into that, I want to give a big shout out to my daughter, Faith. Love you, sweetheart. She is working really hard to live this cheer dream. So if you see a link or you can reach out to us, if you could sponsor her with $1, sponsor her with $5, anything helps because she's going for it. And I said, sweetheart, in exchange, what can you do for the people who sponsor you? So it's picking up, trash at the beach. It's going to the elderly homes and spending time with them. She's got a beautiful voice. And we're going to be sharing these things. So I said, hey, I'll help you. I'll put it out there. I have friends and family and all of you and those of you on YouTube or wherever, hey, we appreciate it. So her and her mom, have put it out there. We're looking for sponsors, and we're going to do something special for every sponsor. So again, thank you. If you can help us out, you can contribute, be that sponsor. We appreciate it. Now, let's get into this and hear me on this. Who do you know that has high blood pressure? Now, if you're catching me live or the replay, comment. Who do you know has high blood pressure? Maybe they're taking high blood pressure medication. Who do you know is concerned about their triglycerides? Who do you know that's pre-diabetic or they're living with type 2 diabetes? And they may feel that they can't even do anything about it. Who do you know that has, swelling, water retention, edema, and they would love to get rid of that? Who do you know wants to improve their sleep? Who do you know that wants to lose some excess body fat? If you know anyone that would say, I would love to learn how to do this, watch this, and then I'll close it out. But watch this. Now, I pulled this little clip as I'm going to give you the presentation where I talked about Linda in our 8-week fat loss challenge. And you can find out more about that at our website. And you can do that at any time because you do learn the methodology, or you can get with one of our coaches or reach out to me and we'll help you out. But just listen to it. And I'm going to explain some things that many people aren't aware of as it pertains to insulin resistance, because this is real. It's real. The good news is that you can do something about it. Okay, so without further delay, let's get into this. Linda is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to teach you a few things as I share her story with you. So Linda began at 249 pounds in 2021. And today, literally today, she's 170 pounds. We like slow and steady. Okay, I'm telling you, this is an amazing story. And Linda, I'm so proud of you. Linda stayed the course. Now, what was she dealing with in the beginning? She had a hemoglobin A1C of 5.3. That's good. She is not pre-diabetic. She is not diabetic. And she's still at a 5.3. Now, she's about to get some new lab work. It could be a little lower, but that's where we are. Okay, looking at her original lab work, where she was in 3 months ago, 5.3. Okay, it gets really interesting. Her triglycerides were 115, which is good. Well, today it's 95, which is even better. So anything under 150, we're good. We're happy. Okay, so she didn't have a problem there. Her glucose levels are good. However, as I share with her, she had elevated insulin, hyperinsulinemia. All the signs were there. We established that as we got started. Now, her HDL, okay, with statins. So she was taking statins. And that's not a good thing. If you know anything about statins, you want to get off of statins. Get off of statins. People on statins don't live as long as people off of statins. Now, her HDL with statins was 57. And you want to have that over 50, right? And that's a good thing. Okay, but she's taking a drug. She's now off of statins, and her HDL went up. To get your HDL to go up 2 points is a huge deal. She's up to 65. That is absolutely over the top impressive. If you talk to any doctor and say, hey, I've been losing weight, I've been working on myself, and my HDL went from 57, the doctor will go, oh, 57 is great. Well, it's now 65 without statins. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, I wish you guys understood from a medical standpoint. All my nurses out there, raise your hands. Come on, let's do a dance, because this is absolutely impressive. Now, her IR ratio, insulin resistance ratio, is when we look at the triglycerides and the HDLs, we do a little division there. And if it's 1.5 or higher, that is a pretty sure conclusion that we got some serious insulin resistance. And we knew that because of our carb threshold report. So we did that with any of the clients that I work with or any of the coaches work with. We do that up front. She's 2.0. So we're over, 1.5. So we know insulin resistance is there. But today, check this out. She's 1.4. That is a sign of insulin sensitivity. That's where we all want to be. And Linda's not even at her goal weight or body composition, but everything on the inside is improving. Okay, and we're not done. Check this out. In the beginning, we did her carb threshold score. And I'm going to give everyone an opportunity in the challenge to learn what their carb threshold score is. It goes from 0 to 100. And I'm going to give you your score. You're not going to get a report. You have to pay for that. That's a little bit more detailed. But I'm going to give you your score because you're in this challenge. That's from me to you. That's from me to you. It's a gift. So once we complete day 21, I'm going to show you exactly I'm going to tell you what I need. And then I'm going to personally give you your score if you want it. And I'm also going to do a video and explain what the carb threshold report is and what the score is, because it tells you what your level of insulin resistance is. Her insulin resistance was high. Now there's extremely high and then there's high. This is not a good place to be. And her triglycerides HDL confirms this. Today, And this is like a drum roll. I really need a drum roll. 58. When you hit 60, you're on the fence. You got one leg in sensitivity and you got one leg in resist. She's right there. The only thing stopping Linda right now from having her score above 60 is some measurements. That's it. So as she continues to improve her body composition, she's there. But all the signs are there. So as you can see, triglycerides are better. HDLs are better as far as cholesterol. When we first sat down with Linda, the sleep was not good. That's no longer a problem. The sleep is better. That's called quality of life, you guys. She was taking blood pressure medication, which oftentimes a doctor will tell you, once you start taking this, you must take it for life. She's no longer taking it. She was taking statins. They tell you once you start taking statins, which we know are not good for us. They have so many side effects. Your life is shortened. Statins are not your friend. Linda is no longer taking statins. She was taking a water pill for edema. She is no longer experiencing edema. No more water pills. She had seasonal allergies that started up about 6-7 years ago, and now they're all gone. No more seasonal allergies. She was experiencing migraines, which we know correlate with insulin resistance. She is no longer experiencing migraines. Who do you know that is experiencing migraines, that are taking water pills, that are taking statins and blood pressure and got poor sleep? Who do you know? Who do you know that wants to lose some weight and improve the quality of their life? The Diet Free Life methodology is validated, verified, and reproducible, meaning it is scientifically proven. Meaning when we say reproducible, if it can work for her, it can work for you and anyone else. The only difference is staying the course. And this is not about avoiding carbs. This is not about going on these crazy diets. This challenge is setting you up for success, you guys. Stay with it. Stay with it. Let's keep rocking. Now, there's one more thing I want to point out here, and this is very important. In the beginning, I asked Linda if she would get her fasting insulin. 13, 14 years ago, I was asking doctors, why don't we check for like fasting insulin? And they would all get upset and like, what are you talking about? We don't need that if we look at glucose. That's the problem. Everybody's looking at glucose and nobody's looking at insulin. But it's starting to change. Fast forward, and I can show you exactly how you can get your insulin checked. Okay, your fasting insulin, right? So now we're talking about blood work, and everything would be inconsistent with what our numbers are with the carb threshold report as far as your score, and of course looking at your triglycerides and HDL. But it's nice to get your fasting insulin as part of your lab work. Some doctors are doing it. I can get people on here who are nurses who have a lot of experience. They'll tell you that they went above and beyond. I had one of my clients, Sharon, she had to almost argue with her doctor to get her fasting insulin. Well, Linda just had her fasting insulin done. Look to the right, drum roll one more time, and it is a 6.0. Now, what does that mean? Okay, we're talking micro units here, okay, international units. 6.0 is amazing. That is great. 10, we're on the fence, but it's still pretty good. You get over 15, we're going into the danger areas. Doctors still don't even really know how to explain this, but we do, because we can explain it and provide you with a solution, if you know what I'm saying. This is absolutely amazing. So when I did her numbers and we had just talked about the insulin, I was like, you know what? Linda is now a coach. She's a coach in training, and she's ready to help some people. She is going to be an amazing coach. Her story alone and what she's done, and the fact that she's never felt like she's on a diet. She's eating carbs. She just knows how to eat in a way to get the outcomes that we're all getting. Linda, you are an inspiration. And I hope what I just went over helps you guys from an inspirational standpoint, because motivation will get us started, right? That's our reason why. Inspirational stories that tie into what we're doing help fuel us and keep us lifted so we can continue to move forward. Staying the course with real food and creating habits that last. Wow. 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 If you know anybody, like I had one of my clients today, she called me, one of her dear friends. I want to give a big shout out to Tracy. She called me and said, hey, the doctors are ready to put him on insulin. And I said, stop it. Don't do it. Have him, I said, set it up, get him on the phone, because I know what he's thinking. You know what I mean? Like when people, like there's people right now who are watching me who are type 2 diabetic, and they're like, I hear you. But in their mind, they have already come to the conclusion of what they think the experience will be like. The number one thing I've heard from every client I've ever worked with that experience what we do, the number one thing they all say is, wow, it doesn't feel like I'm on a diet. Wow, I had no idea it was going to be like, it's not even, this is not even hard. This is odd. This is weird. I've helped 23 doctors, board certified physicians lose over 100 pounds. And that's not counting all the doctors who have come to me who have lost 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 40 pounds. 23 that have lost over 100 pounds, and one lost 165 pounds. And the coolest part is that she's kept the weight off. Nobody talks about that. Like one of our biggest strengths, right? When we looked at 1,000 of our clients compared to the rest of all these other diet programs, over a 5-year period, none of them demonstrated that more than 10% of their customers, patients, clients kept the weight off. We were at 40%. I mean, come on. My goal is, I'm not here to brag. I'm really not. But we got to get the information out. You know, it's like when I wrote my very first book that was published in, I don't know, 1992, 91, 92. I'll never forget one of the best advice I've ever was given was this guy looked at me who was a New York Times bestseller. He says, Robert, when you write a book, you got to sell it. That means you got to tell people about it. Well, it's the same thing with Linda's story. It's the same thing. When you know, when Jack LaLanne sat down with me and says, Robert, if you're excited about something, you got to tell people. Don't keep it a secret. So for those of you who you have high blood pressure, and I can't guarantee anything, right? But I can tell you what we've done, and we're real consistent at it. I can tell you that you don't have to count calories. I can tell you that you don't have to avoid food groups. You don't have to avoid carbohydrates. You don't have to go through all of this cray-cray that people experience when they lose weight. And there's cray-cray. Trust me, like Linda in her story, she's around people and they're doing keto and struggling and killing themselves. Not literally, but they're like, they're challenged. And she's sitting there eating a sandwich with bread. And she's sitting there, you know, having a boost meal with some fries, you know, and then she has a salad, and then she likes vegetables, and she's eating fruit. And look at her numbers. This is not one person. I can bring hundreds of people. That's the part. And I'm going to get better at this because we are on a mission. I have so many clients that have done amazing shifts that I already know that the government and a whole bunch of other organizations, big insurance companies, they're already asking. They're very interested. How are you doing that? And I'm going to tell them. And I'm going to show them. And we're going to work with them. Oh, man. Now, I don't know about this scarf. If anyone knows how to tie a scarf, because I'm getting ready to go to Los Angeles. I can't believe I did this to my neck. I can't believe I did what I did. I mean, I feel good with my hair. I feel good everywhere else. But I can't be going into a meeting, you know, I don't know. But if I have it tied on and I look cool, then they'll just think it's part of my style. You know what I mean? So if someone can reach out to me and I don't know, maybe there's a video. I go on YouTube and it'll show me how to I was given this scarf by a really special person. and I'm thankful for the scarf. I really am. And I was taught when I was given the scarf as a gift, but I haven't worn it yet. So I was like, oh, I got a scarf. So anyway, if you can help me out, help a brother out, I would be so much appreciative. Maybe someone can post a picture. I don't know. So let me see if there's any questions. And the good news is that it's not June, July as we're doing this live. It's still a little chilly out, so I can get away with it. You know what I mean? And I had a black shirt on, so I don't have a dress shirt. But let's see how this works out. Okay. Let me see if there's any questions. Let me give a quick shout out to some of the people who caught me live. Debbie Phillips, I want to say thank you. It was such a pleasure to speak to you today. Thank you for being here and catching it live. Claudia, you are my BFF. Let's rock and roll. We got big plans. Susie Lopez, who's a certified Diet Free Life coach. Susie's always there to support, and she's helping so many people. If you're looking for a coach, if it ain't me, she's a great coach, and she's doing a great job with the people that she comes in contact with. So thank you, Susie, for catching the live. Sandy, what's up, Sandy? Okay, keeping the weight off is crucial, and Sandy gets that. And Sandy is one of my biggest cheerleaders, supporters. She's a client. I care a lot about you, Sandy. We go back. Like we're old school. You know what I mean? Like, boom, we go way back. Anybody else catching me live here before I say goodbye? And again, let me stress and big thank you for those of you who have supported my daughter with her dream when it comes to cheer. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. She is so excited, and I am so looking forward to seeing how she's going to do these cool, cute little videos of how she's helping the community, how she's giving back to like the elderly. One of the things I want to do is I want to take her to City of Hope and see cancer up front, because we do a lot of work, and we're going to be doing even more work in helping to reduce cancer risk. And the Diet Free Life methodology is endorsed by some of the top oncologists out there. So, I mean, I didn't even touch on that. I mean, we are like the real deal Holyfield, if you know what I'm saying. So that's one of the things I want her to do as part of the people who are sponsoring her. I'm going to take her to a cancer ward, see some kids who are going through it, and, see some adults who are going through it, because cancer sucks. And my mom is a 3-time survivor, and I could tear up, but my aunt's a survivor. Like, so many people deal with this, and we lose so many great people because of this horrible, horrible, disease. And yeah, so I mean, I guess I'm biased on that one. So I want her to see that, and I want my other daughter, my eldest daughter, to also go with us when we do that, because I think every kid should see that up front. Yeah. That means a lot to me to help make a difference in that space. So as we roll out our program for oncologists, that's all powered by the Diet Free Life methodology. It really means a lot to me to be a part of that, to see that, to be able to help some people. So anyway, I think that's it. Share this. Remember, go to our YouTube channel. Make sure you click, subscribe, hit the bell. So whenever we upload anything, that you are informed. I appreciate you. I'm your nutritionist, and always I share because I care. And if you catch this on Facebook or anywhere else, share it. Don't keep it a secret. Let's help some people. All right. I appreciate you. Until the